We have a new open source frontier coding model that rivals Anthropic's Claude family of models. Qwen 3 Coder was just dropped, and yes, it is as performant as Claude. Take a look at this. This is Swebench verified, and we have Qwen 3 Coder right here with 500 turns and Qwen 3 Coder standard right here. Now, look over to the right, Claude Sonnet 4 at 70.4% as compared to 69.6%, effectively the same. Same with Claude Sonnet 4 standard version, but it is a much bigger model. And here's Kimi K2, but Qwen 3 Coder, relative to Claude, a much smaller model, but performs just as well at coding. And not only that, Qwen also launched a CLI tool just like Claude CLI. They actually forked Gemini CLI to do so, and it works really well. The most powerful variant is Qwen 3 Coder 480B, so that's 480 billion parameters with 35 billion active parameters. This is a mixture of experts model. Remember, anytime you see this notation where it's A, some number B, that means those are the active parameters as part of a mixture of experts model. And not only that, it has a context length of 256K tokens natively and up to 1,000,000 tokens with extrapolation methods. So not only is this model incredibly good at tool calling and agentic uses, it also has a massive context window, which is perfect for coding. They also are open sourcing their command line tool called Qwen Code. Qwen Code has been adapted from Gemini Code with customized prompts and function calling protocols to fully unleash the capabilities of Qwen 3 Coder on agentic coding tasks. So let's talk about how they built this. And here's the opening line, which I love. There's still room to scale in pre-training. We're advancing along multiple dimensions to strengthen the model's core capabilities. 7.5 trillion tokens, 70% code ratio, which allows it to excel in code while preserving general and math abilities. So not just good at coding, it's also good at general tasks. 256K token context window as mentioned, and up to 1,000,000 with Yarn. And they leveraged Qwen 2.5 Coder to clean and rewrite noisy data, significantly improving overall data quality. So they're using previous versions of their models to help clean up the data for future models. This is fantastic. And so the focus of the pre-training of the model was really coming up with very high quality coding training data. We scaled up Code RL training on a broader set of real world coding tasks, and they specifically call out that it is unlike the prevailing focus on competitive level code generation. By automatically scaling test cases of diversity coding tasks, I think they meant diverse here, we created high quality training instances and successfully unlocked the full potential of reinforcement learning. Not only boosted code execution success rates, but also brought gains to other tasks. This encourages us to keep exploring hard to solve, easy to verify tasks as fertile ground for large-scale reinforcement learning. And so they also talk about their post-training, and what makes this model special is how it works with Qwen Code, their command line tool, which allows it to become agentic and have multi-turn execution with planning and so much extras. In the post-training phase of Qwen 3 Coder, we introduced Long Horizon RL, Agent RL, to encourage the model to solve real-world tasks through multi-turn interactions using tools. The key challenge lies in environment scaling. And here is the cool part. Listen to this. We built a scalable system capable of running 20,000 independent environments in parallel, leveraging Alibaba Cloud's infrastructure. So this is self-play at work. Qwen 3 Coder achieves state-of-the-art performance among open source models on Swebench verified without test time scaling. And they said it right there. This model does not use reasoning. It does not use thinking. There's no test time scaling. So imagine when that gets added to it, how good this model will be. All right, so if you want to test it out, let me show you a couple ways. First, Hugging Face is hosting it, and it's free to use, free to try out, and I'll drop a link to this in the description below. So here I clicked Bouncing Ball, let's click Submit, and it's gonna start writing the code immediately. And it'll output the code right here. You can also execute the code all from Hugging Face, which is really convenient. Now let me show you a few examples of Qwen Code in action. First, here is a physics simulation that was created with Qwen Code. I think that looks excellent. Really, really good. Here's an example of Qwen code with Klein. Shout out to the Klein team for hosting us at their office. And here is an interactive color explosion kind of visualization. Looks really cool. Here's a 3D Google Earth terrain simulation. Here's a simple app to test the number of words per minute that you can type. Here's a bouncing ball and rotating hypercube. So I don't even know what that really means, but it looks really cool. A solar system simulation and a game called Duet. And if you really love agentic coding, check out the sponsor of today's video, Junie by JetBrains. Starting a new vibe coding project is awesome. You're having a lot of fun, you're building so quickly, everything seems to be working, but then at a certain point, it gets really difficult and very frustrating. When the project gets to be too big, traditional vibe coding tools just don't work as well. Junie allows you to bring your vibe coded projects to production level. So whether you're at the beginning, the middle, or you're getting ready to scale it up, your project can get completed by Junie. It also allows me to fully delegate tasks off to the Junie agent so I can essentially just hands-off supervise what Junie is doing. Junie is available in JetBrains IDEs like IntelliJ IDEA, PyCharm, and Android Studio. And it also supports languages like Java, Kotlin, Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, Ruby, Rust, and PHP. So give Junie a try. I'll drop a link down in the description below so you can check it out easily. Thanks again to Junie from JetBrains for sponsoring this video, and now back to the video. And so I have Qwen code loaded up right here in my command line. I'll link the instructions if you're interested in getting this set up yourself. So I'm going to quickly show you a demo. We're going to make a complex snake game. So hit enter. Okay, so it took about 60 seconds to finish. We have 792 lines of code. Let's see if it works. All right, and here's the game. I don't know what that guy up in the top is doing, but it seems to be working just a little bit laggy, but still pretty good. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.